Introduction. Since you're picking up this book, I'm guessing that you're interested in learning more about the martial arts. You might be curious about training or wanting to give it a try, or you might already be a student eager to learn more. Either way, this book is your first step. Welcome. As your guide, along with several key contributors, I will lead you through a series of stories on a journey through the martial arts. Our objective is to share the history of Canada's best karate through the eyes of the people who have lived it. The True North Dojo includes a cast of characters that could make movie mogul Steven Spielberg envious. You may know or may have heard of some of these people, but sadly most now only live on through history. If you are a CBK student or family, I highly recommend that you read the entire book so you'll learn something about your history. But if you're unsure, do what I do. Read the last chapter first. I always find it makes me curious to read on more so I can discover how the author got there. However, to get to the end, you'll need to start at the beginning. The father of modern-day karate, Gichin Funakoshi, said, "The ultimate aim of Karate-Do lies not in victory or defeat, but in the perfection of the character of its participants." Learning the physical how-to of martial arts techniques is of little value if it's not accompanied by a moral code, a Budo code of conduct. Budo is the Japanese term that means martial way. It refers to the martial disciplines in which the goal is spiritual, ethical, and/or moral self-improvement. Learning and living the Budo code has been the core of my lifelong journey in self-education. Though there are many benefits to being book smart, you cannot simply learn karate from a book. You need a sensei to weave the physical, mental, and spiritual artistic lessons into the philosophy of training. The word sensei is Japanese for teacher, or the literal translation is one who has gone before. In this book, you will meet the senseis who introduced me to this way of learning, and through their roots, you will be led all the way back to the origin of modern karate. While martial arts can be traced back thousands of years, it may surprise you to know that what is commonly acknowledged as traditional karate is only about 100 years old. My involvement dates back to the early 1970s, so I have actually been involved for 50% of the entire history of modern karate, and my direct teachers have legacies that take us right back to the beginning. That beginning was introduced in the spring of 1922 when Funakoshi Sensei introduced Okinawan karate to Japan. He adapted his traditional Ryukyu training to create modern karate. What had been an obscure, almost secret practice became a much sought-after, exotic Oriental fighting art. It spread to every corner of the world. What made Funakoshi unique amongst his peers was how he focused on the philosophy of character building by making self-improvement the purpose for training. Instead of simply focusing on the how-to of practicing physical karate, he injected a why into his Shotokan system. It's this why, the philosophy of improving one's character, that makes learning karate different from other fighting arts. Unlike boxing, wrestling, or other combat sports, where fighting techniques are the primary focus, karate took a different path. Funakoshi's emphasis on self-improvement is what gave karate the potential for lifetime study, rather than the fleeting youthful sport or the elite warrior-soldier training. Learning life skills through physical training develops strength and delivers personal power for its participants. The lessons involve instructions on what to do and how to do it. But the primary focus is on who you might be inside and outside of the dojo. The True North Dojo is not a how-to instruction book. Knowing something is useless if you don't know how to apply it. This is a book about people, how they developed themselves through karate, and how they took various inspirations and paths to teach others. Some of these people are famous, some not, but each is interesting and has directly or indirectly assisted the growth of this organization. The stories in this book demonstrate how others have shown up in the world and how they faced challenges, accepted defeats, and engaged in success. Some of these people were my heroes. Others have proven to be scoundrels. As in all walks of life, These characters are human beings, full of good and bad deeds. My promise is to tell you these stories accurately. I hope to inform and inspire by telling you about CBK's people as I knew them and the impact that they had upon me and the history of Canada's best karate, both positive and negative. Bob Mueller, founder, November 2nd, 2021.